He had a 100-day plan when he took over as Albuquerque's police chief. Well, the 100 days are now up. Tonight on Special Assignment, the chief tells News 13's Katie Kim what's gone right and what's gone wrong.
When I came in,
Gordon Eden knew it might get worse before it got better.
There is no instant fix.
And since he took the helm at the Albuquerque Police Department in February, the crisis took on a new life, ignited by the shooting seen around the world. Back in February, Eden outlined his plans for his first 100 days as chief. They did not include 5 more deadly police shootings, protests in the streets, and protests that have taken over city council chambers and the mayor's office. A lot of the anger has been directed at the new chief, with calls for the mayor to dump him.
I understand their anger and I understand their frustration, but my job is to lead this department. I'm going to continue to lead this department.
Now, more than 100 days into the Chief Eden era, he sat down with News 13 for a lengthy interview about what's been done and what hasn't.
This will take time. It took us time to get to where we are today. It's going to take us time to get where we need to be.
What we found.
The Department of Justice report on APD came down 6 weeks after Eden took over. It outlined a long list of problems, from poor hiring and training to a lack of supervision and a weak internal affairs system that's let bad behavior go unpunished. 46 pages outlining a long-standing pattern of excessive force at APD and a department that refuses to police itself.
What do you make of the DOJ report? Was that a fair assessment, you think, of the Albuquerque Police Department?
I think the DOJ report provided me, and I said this to you, a roadmap of where we have to go as far as the department.
The city and the DOJ will use this report as a roadmap to negotiate a set of reforms that APD must follow. So where are the negotiations?
I'm not part of the negotiations. That's between the city attorney's office, our special counsel that's been hired in the Department of Justice. So I can't provide you with any information as to the status of the DOJ.
Eden has also been conspicuously absent from your TV screen, following a couple glaring missteps with the media.
Do you believe this was a justified shooting?
Do I believe it was a justified shooting? Yes.
Eden says quickly declaring the controversial shooting of homeless camper James Boyd justified is one of his big regrets.
That was a statement that should have never been made.
Eden took a beating for that. He took another at this April press conference.
I don't have that information with me. I don't know that.
Eden didn't know the answers to basic questions in the wake of the deadly police shooting of a 19-year-old woman. Others are now doing the talking. The chief says that's by design.
Since then, a deputy chief or commander will come out and speak after critical incidents. Why is that? Where have you been?
No, I've been here. As a matter of fact, part of what I'm trying to do is help them become better leaders. Part of my job is to mentor them. And that's one of the things that I want to do.
And Eden says he's done plenty more behind the scenes.
Some of those changes aren't worthy of a news conference.
Some examples: new software to speed up the internal affairs process and better identify problem cops, assigning senior officers as mentors to each recruit, and making sure every officer receives 40 hours of crisis intervention training. But Eden says it all starts with avoiding problems before they're handed a gun and a badge.
We have to continue on the path of aggressively recruiting all the right people.
He's asking you for patience, fixing a culture that's been decades in the making.
I have a 3-year plan on what I want to get done. And what I want to do is I want to leave this department in a far better place than it's ever been. We are going to work hard every day to gain the community's trust.
On Special Assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
We have Chief Eden's 100-day plan and our full interview with him online at krqe.com.